Hello, everybody. I believe it's Saturday. I think it's Saturday. And it is our Untold Chronicles. First episode, third setting, Dust. I'm very excited with this one. It's a beautiful sort of setting. I'm going to crop across to our live scene. Hopefully that is working for everybody. There we go. Indeed. Thank you very much for the resub, Turrican 13. Blessed be indeed. A common greeting in Dust. So, some thank yous first. Thank you to our players. We'll introduce you in a minute for joining us and making this work. Thank you very much to you in chat and viewers for joining us. If you get chance, give us a follow and hopefully a sub as well. Please chat away with all the actions going. It's really good to see so many people joining us tonight. Really appreciate all of your support. We always have to mention, because they have been incredibly generous, Hero Forge as well, who thank you very much for that follow there. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Hero Forge, which have been very generous, giving us permission to use their beautiful images on our streams to illustrate the characters and NPCs. And many of the character images are designed using Hero Forge, a wonderful way to create your own custom miniatures and get them 3D printed. You can find them at www.heroforge.com. Well, that's www.heroforge.com. Please note, anything mentioned on the stream may not represent the view or beliefs of Hero Forge, a Sky Castle Studios LLC product. Okay, so without further ado, because we have only an hour and a half to delve deep into the mysteries of Dust, let us introduce our players first, and then we will move across to the characters they're playing and see what they are getting up to. So, first of all, I believe Cal Drogo, you're the first person to log on. Please introduce yourselves to our wonderful viewers.
Hello, I'm Cal. I will be playing Ali today, and yeah. Um,
That's it.
do I introduce my character now, or just
No,
me?
no, no, just you.
Just me.
Uh,
Okay.
uh,
Hi, everyone.
it's kind of sneaky of me because it allows me to do a quick sound check on your voice as well. And then with that, I'm just going down the people that sort of logged on first. We have Broke Fang 161.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
I am Stealth on the Discord channel. I am Matt on here, and I'm playing Sekhat.
Hello, Matt. Welcome aboard. I'm really looking forward to this. And then we move along for Emily Grimm.
Everybody, I'm Emma in real life, Emily Grimm on this, and I'm going to be playing Zach.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And last but not least, we have Pete.
Hi, I'm Pete in most places. Pete Goz in Twitch and Pete Gosden in Discord. And
Perfect.
I'll be playing Drew.
Yeah, looking forward. I say this is episode 1. So, Dust, a place of sand, of sun, of heat. A place divided, though, into 2 separate kingdoms or empires. There is the state of Ib, a religious empire worshipping all of the gods. And then there are the Shining Kingdoms, sultanates, very rich spires of gold, gems bedecking the walls. 2 empires, neighbours, but worlds apart. It has been an uneasy time for both of these empires, particularly for the state of Ib, due to the recent times, a year and a bit or so, that the capital city, self-proclaimed and named Ib, has suffered a huge and devastating earthquake, many of its spiraling temples falling deep into the ground. This has had many repercussions throughout, shaking many of the religions to their very foundations. A few months after the fall of Ib, a place was uncovered by an archaeologist from Europa, an archaeologist under the name of Professor Cornelia Brock. She and some intrepid explorers had uncovered deep in the desert the ancient ruins of a lost forbidden city by the name of Hamu Naptra. The place that supposedly holds the tomb of the Crimson Pharaoh, Casto Bishara. They started petitioning the temples for permissions to delve into the ruins, to begin to move the sand off the structures and find out if the stories of this Crimson Pharaoh were true. This has led over the last 6 months a great and vast town of tents to arise, commonly known as Oahu, and this is now where we find our protagonists. But who are they and what are they up to? The kind of common practice I love to do at the very start of the game is imagine in my mind the opening sequence of a movie and the camera focusing in. It is early morning, the sun is up and the heat is already rising. The dry desert dust can almost be tasted even in this tent town. The camera focuses down upon you, Ali. Describe what you look like and what your early first rising routine is.
Uh, so, I mean, Ali, if he's just waking up, he'll probably just be coming out of a really small space. Um, does his stretch, just obviously trying to find a nice, small, secure space from his life growing up on the streets. And he'll dig around in his pockets for any scraps, feed his pet lizard, Eddie, um, have a look around, see if there's anything worth uh, borrowing for breakfast nearby off somebody, and then sort of like, yeah, he'll basically find some water source to clean himself off, get himself awake for the day, tie his hair back, and look really refreshed. Obviously, slightly different now that his life's changed. So he prepares. It makes sure he's looking smart and well presented, as he's not used to having finer clothes and things like that. And then yeah, he'll start making his way through the town, seeing if he can steal himself some breakfast on the way.
And the perfect opportunity awaits you as the camera follows you along. A individual uh, casually sitting, eating plenty of food on the plate. You approach from behind. Zach, you are sitting eating breakfast as the camera pans in. And as someone else begins to creep closer and closer towards your breakfast. Do you want to quickly describe yourself?
Zach sat enjoying quite a hearty breakfast. It was probably actually paid for it now. He's actually found a little bit of money,
Very nice.
but is got is shimmering skin, glowing slightly in the sun, and dark hair, and quite a striking red coat on. But the most striking thing is his eyes, which are almost kind of like an iridescent sapphire colour. Kind of looks over his shoulder slightly and then just chucks a hunk of bread with some cheese over his shoulder.
Okay. Ali, cheese and bread spirals and spins through the air towards you.
I will attempt to catch it before it hits the floor.
You
I mean,
do.
I'd eat it off the floor anyway.
Yeah.
But
No,
you know,
you managed to catch it, but you are somewhat shocked. It's not the red coat, it's not the physique, it's those eyes. Those eyes catch you, and
as I see a glint in the eyes, I slowly sort of like walk around, just sort of like staring, and I'll be like, Zachariah, is that you?
Couldn't mistake that smell anywhere.
It
Oh,
is you, Zachariah. It's so many years.
Where have you been?
Where have I been? You're the one that disappeared. Where have you been?
Pirates. It's a long story, but you've scrubbed up well.
Yes, a lot has happened to me since our days on the streets of Mahala.
I'm getting that
I,
impression.
You too. Nice cloak. Very nice.
Mm.
Thank you for the breakfast. But yes, and I now have the wonder of magic.
You're here for treasure, aren't you? Right? You did.
Of course. What else would we be coming to some lost town for?
Same old, same old.
But yes, I lots to tell you, and then we'll
I
start
think both of
chattering
us.
away as the camera sort of
Mm.
like pans away.
yeah, your conversation continues, but drifts on the wind as the camera focuses now on another individual, someone that is ready for exploration and ready for adventure. Drew, the camera zooms in on you. Where does it find you?
There's a sort of hummock in the sand.
Okay.
All of a sudden, set of arms and legs and a head pop out, and you realise that the hummock was sand covering a shell. The shell of a turtle.
Mm.
He stands up, looking around the place. I wonder where that cat girl's gone. There's Zach. Maybe I should just go over and meet them. I'm sure she'll show up.
Okay.
He looks over at the sun rising and the desert and the sand, and he just like smiles. He just loves this place. Walks over. Are we ready for an adventure yet?
You easily find Zach, but he seems to be in conversation with another individual. It's
He's
energetic.
walking up and he'll hear, and that's when if he gave me magic, and now I magic. Yes.
That is a lot to take in.
Mm.
Drew, glad you could make it. I found my old friend Ali. Ali, Drew, Ali. Make friends while trying to shove breakfast in his face.
It's shell on your back type person. How are you?
Who nods? Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Would you like to join us for breakfast?
I don't mind
It's
if
okay.
I do. I don't mind if I do. I got some stuff. It's good. I'll sit down. Start eating.
Okay. And what is a typical breakfast for Drew?
Well, he has several dried various roots and vegetables. He doesn't do much in the way of meat.
Okay, you start eating these roots and vegetables, wondering where your contact, the one that should be sorting out a legitimate permit for you to enter the ruins of
Yeah,
this
have you seen
place.
Sikat? Has she managed to get the paperwork?
And as you mentioned the name, the camera zooms out. You see the entire tent town, and beyond it, the ruins of this city of the dead. And it zooms back in again to pick out Tabaxi. Do you want to quickly describe what you look like and what you are doing at the moment?
Sure. On the eastern edge of the tent city, looking out over the desert into the rising sun, Sekat is at morning prayer, greeting the rising sun god as he brings light and warmth back to the world.
Very good.
I'm asking him very nicely not to burn us all today, please.
It's a difficult ask in Dust. There are a number of temples that have formed within this makeshift town. There is obviously the one that you are only too familiar with, Temple of Bast. There is a Temple of Thoth, a Temple of Nephis, and the biggest and largest temple is the Temple of Set. It's hard. Set is not overly a well-liked god, but certainly feared, and his priests and temple guard seem to have very much a stranglehold upon this place at the moment.
Well, having made my morning offering of words, I'll go and find myself some breakfast and these adventurers that I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on.
Absolutely, for a number of reasons. To be honest, it is not difficult to find them, and two of them you immediately recognise. Drew has been petitioning you to help him get official papers to be able to start excavations, and Zach, who kind of put you in touch with him. There is a now third individual who just doesn't seem to shut up.
And look, sparkles from my hands. And
That's really cool.
I'll cast magic, and little sparkles will come out of my fingers.
You literally cast the spell magic.
Yeah, that's what I've called it. Yeah.
Absolutely, and there is sparkles, beautiful colours. So
It's like,
you
like
have
a free fireworks display.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
You have found these people that you have been told to look after.
Do I actually have official paperwork, or do I need to go and...
It has been problematic,
reprieve?
to be honest. The Temple of Set have got a stranglehold upon the administration. You have spoken to your temple, and they would normally perhaps not want outsiders digging in the ruins of this city of the dead. But with more and more people petitioning the Temple of Set and them allowing anybody to go in there, they are getting concerned that the Temple of Set are up to no good. And they have asked you if the hearts of these individuals are in the right place. And they are beginning to think that if they are to counter the machinations of the Temple of Set, they might have to put a group together to try and find out what the Temple of Set are searching for and to find it first. So that is the long answer. You think that if you go today to your temple, the Temple of Bast, you might be able to get this sorted.
Well, having secured probably some kind of flatbread full of spiced breakfast meat, I will tap on Drew's shoulder as he is the actual adventurer / archaeologist.
Yeah.
The official voice, I guess, of the adventuring part of this group. Good morning.
He's also quite grumpy and not very sociable, but he'll
Well,
do his best.
The gods made us all in our own particular strange ways.
Are we ready to go? Or have we got some more paperwork to deal with? I think I've got the feeling that we won't be ready to go, but
I just look at
If
him
we-
critically.
Oh,
Pip,
Sekat, when did you get here? God, you really got to stop sneaking up on people.
I stamped over here with all the subtlety of a wounded camel.
Yeah, that was
You
the
were watching the
joke.
sparkles.
That was the joke. No, I'm gonna stop making jokes at you because it's actually getting harder every time I make one.
you're right, Zach. He is
I'm
very,
trying.
very sad.
I'm trying
Oh,
very
she.
hard.
Sorry.
You're very trying, but that's why I like you. Zach just does a big grin and then continues to eat.
If you're more or less done with breakfast, we can head to the temple. If we look ready to go, then it might help spur them into some action. There are temple politics happening, but no one really wants to explain them to me, so I'm not trying to ask.
Be like, almost done. And I'll just put whatever's left on the table in my pockets.
Drew's up and kind of marching already.
I leave Drew's dried roots and stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want any of that.
Not to your taste?
Well, not when there's fresh fruit on the table, no.
Zach puts a couple of bits in his pocket out of habit and just goes, "Come on, then, let's go after him because you know what's going to happen. He'll just get lost." No, that's
Or
a
get
joke
into an
again. That
argument.
was a joke. That was a joke.
I'm sure, but he's more likely to get into an argument.
Yeah, that's more
That
likely.
isn't a joke.
That's not a joke. No. Do you remember when he tried to bite that guy's finger off? That was brilliant.
I don't even remember what the man had done.
Yeah, he really shouldn't have been waving his fingers in his face, but I don't know. But the man started shouting like really quickly, and it just escalated from there. Good
We hurry after
times.
the total.
Did it look like his weird dried roots he was eating?
That might have been it.
Drew shouts over his shoulder, "Keep up! It was because he mistook me for my brother."
And it also looks bad that a turtle is outrunning us. Yes.
Okay, so you make your way. I mean, obviously, you very much know your way to your own temple. It should be described, though, that this tent town that has sprung up on the outskirts of this massive, entire ancient city of the dead is always seems to be in the shadow of a Casbah, a sort of mountain fortress that rises up. It is known as Yellowtooth or Yellow Fang. It is sandstone that has clumps of black rock that looks like rot, and on the top of it is this Casbah, this citadel that it in itself has fallen into ruin, but has been taken over by a group of, well, there is no other way to describe them but bandits, and they very much have the run of the town should they wish it. The Temple Guard do what they can to try and keep order and peace, but certainly the amount of individuals that align themselves with this lawless group make it problematic. You arrive at the Temple of Bast, and you are indeed welcomed in. You are met. There is a couple of very large statues of a humanoid shape, female sort of legs and torso, and then this cat-shaped head. Those of you who are aware, this is most definitely a statue of Bast herself. You are met by the high priest of this temple, an individual known as Amwar. He greets you, Sekat, and says, "So these are the
These are the
people.
adventurers, yes.
I had expected more from you."
They're all very accomplished, I assure you.
I will.
Drew is at this point already staring with a slightly nose out of joint fashion at this person.
Ali's just beaming at him, waving at him awkwardly.
Zach does his best, like proper, like winning smile, and just goes, "Well, it's lovely to meet you too."
What are your beliefs? I do not expect them to be the same as those of Ib, but you must have beliefs.
Sekat will start clenching her hands in front of her, out of sight of the rest of the group, but suddenly very nervous, as we've just hit the big stumbling block.
So, you must believe in something, any of you?
Well, I believe in the strengths of the ancients. I believe we can follow their wisdom and find a way of truth.
Ancestor worship, that is in its way not too bad.
But I also believe we need to find the path beneath these ruins. Find the things we need to help us in our lives today.
And if you were to uncover such riches, what would your heart tell you to do with them?
It's not the riches that matter, it's the things that may be used for the greater good of the people.
Greater
I've
good.
seen where the monsters come from, and I don't want to allow them any more victories.
Your
What?
words comfort me. Sorry.
Whilst you saying all that, I just look up at Zach and I'm like, greater good?
Zach's smile has gone very brittle at this point, and it's like, and looks at Ali like, "Okay."
I sense we have light, kind of indicating to Drew and Sakat. And where light is, there is also shadow. Pointedly looks at you two. Are you the shadow of this group?
I think we are still on the journey of discovery and, hoping the influences of the light, as you call them, help us.
I'm
Well,
very aware
if
of
anyone was
how.
able to make an insight roll on Drew at this point, they would just see the struggle that's trying not to appear.
To roll an insight roll on Ali, he's just like making it up as he goes along, just like, yeah. And I'll just look at Zach and like, yeah, that sounds like it worked. Yeah.
Sorry, Zach,
Sign it.
you was going to say something.
Yeah, I know very well that there is divinity. Some of it runs through my veins, for better or for worse. But we'll see where that leads, and maybe there'll be answers here. I don't know.
I sense there is. Yes, there is a conflict within you. There is your physical form, but there is something else, as if the very gods are trying to speak through you.
Perceptive. Yes, that would be possibly accurate. Yeah, let's go with that, and we're gonna find out where we go from here.
You are very much like the scriptures. On face value, just words, but hidden deep within the depths there is great wisdom. If one can use or see it. You have done well, Sekat. You have done the best that you could. I think these will suit purpose well. So, permit I will grant you. This will allow you chance to explore the ruins of the city of the dead. Any items of faith must be presented to the authorities, and I am the authority it is to be presented to.
And what of the items not of faith?
The
The
item,
greater good and all that, yes?
the items not of faith, as per the permit, will be yours. It is a contract, a decision that we do not take lightly, but there is a place rumoured in tales lost to time, hidden within this city, a place that we do not wish to be disturbed. But there are those of Ib, those that follow a different god and different paths, that seek this place and seek to do bad with it. It is important that we find it first and then protect it. I speak about the Bloodstone, the Crimson Pharaoh. You perhaps do not know of the legends, but he was a tyrant that filled in the time between the end of the Wish Wars and the start of civilization. And in those dark times, he ruled. It was a time of tyranny, and it is said that time will return again to us if his tomb is disturbed. Anyway, kind of looks down, gets some parchment, and begins to fill out the final part of the permit, handing it across, rolling it up into a scroll, hands it across to Sekat. Any of the temple guards will enable you to go about your business whilst in the city of dead. Best of luck. May you do great things.
I will not quite snatch the parchment from his hand, but I will take it in a hurry in case he changes his mind, and give him a bow.
He bows back and says, "Blessed be to you all."
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
I'll do a
Droop
low
nods
bow and go.
and steps off as quickly as Sekat does, possibly slightly even faster.
I'll do a low, elaborate bow and just go, "And blessings be upon you."
Zach gives the guy like a proper suspicious look and then just smiles, bows politely. Blessed be. Later.
He kind of nods and turns and goes back into the makeshift temple. None of the temples here are fully built as yet. Part of this tent town. It seems though victory is yours for the moment, for you now have exactly what you wanted, this permit that allows you legitimate access to these ruins. I mean, it's fairly easy to get. The ruins are not fenced off or anything. It just means that you will be able to not be questioned, or certainly you have the paperwork to justify you being there. So you, I guess, leave the temple, and yeah, you have
Who
achieved.
almost sags as they leave. It's like, that was the most concerted amount of not being grumpy that I've done for weeks.
You did well. I'm
I
proud
hope
of
you
you.
lot didn't mind all the bullshit. we'll
I
have to get
really-
that signed. Yeah.
I really appreciate the effort.
Oh,
I
come
think
on,
we
come
can
on,
put
quickly,
it
I was,
quickly,
down the
quickly.
I was
Sorry.
impressed. I'll get you some roots. Come on.
Let's go.
Drew, do you know anything of this bloodstone? Is it like a big ruby?
If we find it, then we'll find out.
We'll leave it alone, if you don't mind.
Yes, we'll leave it alone, I say, looking around.
But we'll know if it's a red
pointing out
ruby.
really loudly. But we will need to see if it's a ruby first. But we will leave it alone. Yes.
Whatever it
Crimson
is,
Pharaoh. Doesn't that sound a bit like a fairy tale to scare children off treasure?
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like a pirate name.
We've got to stay
I
alive
thought
for that
you-
long first, yeah?
Captain Crimson. Yeah, I kind of like that. Matches the coat.
Really nice coat.
he was a historical
You're not
tyrant
stealing
who
my
murdered
coat.
thousands.
Yeah. No, let's not go for that then, because I'd rather not.
Down we go.
Okay,
Time
so
to get investigating.
so what do you want to do? Have you got everything that you need, and you're just going to head straight into the ruins of this Hamunaptra, the city of the dead?
Well, if anyone had any baggage to pick up, we should hurry to do that and then make our way to whatever main entrance there is.
Yeah, as I say, this is a huge necropolis. It's impossible to truly police, and it's not like it is fenced off. There are occasional patrols of temple guard that will go out and potentially question anybody that is excavating. But it is easy to get yourself lost there. As you begin to head out into the city proper, most of the structures have been completely filled with sand, and there are dunes as far as the eye can see. Occasionally there are small concentrations where people have set up excavations. There are numerous people shifting sand and digging down in a desperate way of trying to find maybe fallen treasures, items of value, and the like. But you also see that there are various other groups that are not just randomly digging, but are most definitely searching for something. So you can head within to the ruins relatively rapidly and easily. Do you have any expectations? Are you trying to find anything? Or are you just going to head out and chance your luck?
Mostly just treasure, in Zach's case.
So,
Firstly, I'm looking for treasure, but Ify sent me here for probably something else.
yeah, it's more a case of how are you going to begin your investigations within these ruins?
Kind of hoping that Drew might know somewhere.
Yeah, so I do like the scene of both Zach and Drew just look at Zach and Ali looking at Drew with a kind of and.
So which way then, Drew?
Is there anywhere a sort of central organized space where they're exploring these ruins from? Like someone has started a map, maybe.
That is a good question. You can either give me an investigation roll or a history roll. So history is kind of culture as well within 5th edition D&E. So either of those two rolls will be good. But I will point out that we are using the homebrew rules now, so this is going to be interesting. If there's any way anybody else can perhaps help you or modify your rolls, it is probably very worth doing.
It almost certainly is.
Yeah, I mean, Drew using his he's not a very old turtle. He's not very many years of experience as an archaeologist and an adventurer down underneath the tombs of ancient lands. But he would look over the ground with Sekat and get a view of the place.
Okay.
I'm mostly wondering
Make,
if
make
anyone
an
has-
educated assessment and assist in the investigation role. If
I'm
it was an
hoping someone has
investigation role.
I'm hoping someone has a nice camp table with a map on it, with little X's where doorways are and things.
Well, I mean, most of the people that would have that kind of information. This is interesting. Give me
I mean,
give me an investigation roll.
I do have an ancient map of unknown provenance.
Now, wouldn't it
That
be really easy if that was exactly
it
what
would
you
be,
need?
but I've got a feeling it just tells you how to get to McDonald's in Cairo. Yeah.
Quite
When
possibly.
Probably
they're
accurate.
looking at it, what I'll do is I'll just quietly talk to myself and I'll just be like, Ify, if there's any way you could point us which direction we should start this journey into the depths.
Very good.
Oh,
So it seems the Sakat has either been guided or something. You are aware that you are not the only ones doing this. The Temple of Set has got many expeditions out upon the sands. There is the main one that they are supporting is the original archaeologist that has been discovered the runes. It is a individual from the City of the Smoke in Europa called Professor Cornelia Brock. Now, because she was the first person to uncover these ruins, she might well be certainly have a lot more information about stuff if she would be willing to share it with you. On top of that, there are 3 independent excavations going on, if you can call them excavations. Perhaps adventuring companies or perhaps treasure seekers are better ways of describing them. The first one that springs to mind with that role is a group that are supported by, again, another organisation from the smoke called the Institute of Curiosities. There is one that hails from the Shining Kingdoms, ambassadors from the City of Daggers, and the more eclectic and very random one are a group of self-proclaimed heroes, one of them proclaiming to be a demigod, that have travelled from the north across the as you see from Ionia. The 3 of those might well have plans or certainly been exploring. On top of that, there is an individual that runs an establishment within this tent town that is known as the Vales. The Vales is a place of gambling, of drinking, and of Rakshargai. Rakshargai is kind of belly dancing as an entertainment. And the owner of that is supposedly to have his fingers in many pies. So you have, if you wanted to investigate what other people have found out before you head out yourself, a number of options there.
I'll bring these options to everyone's
Yeah,
attention.
absolutely. It was a good roll. Well done.
Drew is more the
I was
expert.
attempting to give advantage on that role by assisting in the casing of the joint, but with the role that it was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. So the decision is kind of yours. If that's where you want to go, rather than just randomly going into it and seeing what you can find. There's no right or wrong answers here. It's just which direction you want it to go.
Does Drew happen to know if his brother's on site here? His brother, a famous explorer, is he known to be here or not?
Your brother seems to be associated with the Professor Cornelia Brock's group.
Right. So the only person we can't go to is Professor Brock. Absolutely out
Oh.
of the question.
Why?
Well, he's there. I'm not having him steal my glory again.
Zach's going to lean over to Ali. Brother issues. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, I mean, we don't have to go and ask questions. We could always just go and look when they're not looking.
I'm having nothing to do with him.
Well, we could probably stroll over, as in you don't have to. We could just go and say hi.
I know what he's
Just a
like
thought.
though. He'll twist it against us. He'll tell us we'd never found it without his help, and then he'll claim all the glory.
Maybe
Every
I
time.
need to make this a little clearer. We could break in, steal all his stuff, and then ruin his search. Is that easier?
That's much more like it.
I feel I should protest, but that's
You
not the
possibly
important
should,
bit
but,
here. The
again,
important
this
bit
is for
here
the
is not
glory of your
upsetting your
god.
brother. No, this is for the glory of all of Dust and the safety of all of Dust. And it's not important that you might be discussing a crime in front of me. It's not.
We're not discussing crime. It was theory. We're just discussing theory.
Theory.
It's
Yes.
fine.
Does
Let's
it make
go.
you feel
Let's
better
go
if we
and look
just say we're
over
going
there.
to borrow it? We'll borrow it and then we'll return it after we're finished. Does that help?
I think we should go to the Vales and see what can be what information can be found. But that's just me. He looks a little bit sort of ratty now.
Well, I wouldn't trust anyone from the City of Daggers. So let's not.
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
not a great plan.
There's a reason it's the City of Daggers. They'll stab you. Yep.
I've only heard a few tales about the city, but they weren't good ones. Should we try the other official groups then? The other big
Let's.
companies.
You know what? For the comfort of Drew, and for my own sanity, and so I don't have to stop him biting someone else's fingers off. No offense, Drew. Let's go and try someone else. Yeah.
Drew nods.
Should we see what the Institute of Curiosities have found?
Let's go do that.
Or
Okay.
at least see if they'll let us see where they've dug, so we don't get in their way. We'll make no progress if we're arguing with every other digger and adventurer here.
But if they've dug and found an entrance, we can just forego the digging part and just use the entrance to get to the Undercity.
That would be a lot faster than just picking a patch of sand and digging. A thing that just has a lot of is sand.
Yeah, I wouldn't like my chances of just randomly picking a spot and digging, because probably just going to find more sand at that point. So how about we get a direction to go in?
If we're going to talk and not liberate information without asking, why not a couple ask the Vale and a couple of us go and ask this curiosities?
If you're volunteering to go to the Vale, I'm certainly not planning to.
Let's go and let's stay together and go to the Institute of Curiosities.
I like that plan.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my judgment gets clouded sometimes.
Well, if we focus on what we're going to find, and
bloodstone.
Yeah.
Ancient relics.
Disturb
After all, if he has found a way down, we want to get there before him anyway, don't we? Come on, let's go and see some people and find some things out.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't take you long. I mean, you already know with your investigation skill about these ideas, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you are seeking out the Institute of Curiosities, or rather their representatives here.
Yes.
Okay, as you kind of arrive, they've got sort of sort of almost sort of lean to, and then sort of tense. And there is a halfling with his sleeves sort of rolled up. He's wearing kind of a very sort of European kind of flouncy sort of shirt, two sort of sweat stains underneath his arms. He's got big kind of mutton chop sort of sideboards. And he's in the middle of a conversation. He's literally standing on a stool, looking over a table, speaking to a woman, human, kind of quite tall, relatively sort of thin and gaunt, dressed in a flowing sort of white dress, sort of a corset sort of book sort of done up, and a very nice kind of almost straw hat with a ribbon on. And they are pondering over maps at the moment. As they see you come up, he sort of looks up. Oh, wow. Greetings. Greetings. Oh, yes. That is. Yeah, that is blessed be indeed to you all. One and all of you be blessed.
Greetings be upon you. Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
good
is
day.
very nice of you all. Wow, you are a mixture, are you not?
Yes, a mixture of circumstances.
Ah, and I was going to say, how can I help you on this fine day? But let's face it, it's not very fine. It is too hot. Too hot.
This is quite a cool day.
Quite a standard
lovely.
day, yes.
Yes, well, I somehow think that I might have upset Isambard at the Institute, and he sent me as far away as he possibly could. But then I remember the stories that have reached us about the gardens, and I think that is even further. So I do count my blessings. Blessed be.
And you are blessed indeed.
So,
Bless.
yes. My name is Cole Buckle, Buckle, and this is Fidelia Missing. We are of the Institute of Curiosities from Smoke. We search for curiosities so that we may study them.
Mr. Battle.
Yes,
How goes your search?
this is Miss Missing.
Miss Missing.
Yes. Oh, it goes well. Yes, we have kind of indicates to the map. We're kind of, what is important here is you quarter everything. You kind of, you don't just randomly move into such a large area. You have to start. I mean, there's only the two of us, which has been problematic due to the fact that it's quite a big city, much bigger. But yes, I don't suppose any of you are looking for work. We could do with some sort of excavators and diggers and the like.
Going to look over at Sakat. I think that might be ideal.
If there is a particular area you've found that needs serious investigation, then we'd be happy to help. But
Well, there's this
if
one
you're looking
particular
for
area. Sorry,
casual labourers,
blessed be. I interrupted you. Please, you carry on first.
very kind. If you're
Blessed
looking for
be.
casual labourers, then we are probably not suited. We have a permit of our own to pursue. We came over to make sure we weren't going to step on your toes.
Well,
But
I mean, no one
you
wants
would
their
be-
toes stepping on. That really hurts. I mean, I have you, is this a joke at my expense? I mean, I know I haven't got shoes on at the moment. That's kind of our way. It hurts when I go out on the sand.
A bare paws.
Uh,
And
You
you've got
should,
Don't worry, friend.
Granted,
shouldn't
Your
have
feet will
been
soon
afraid.
harden up to it.
Well, it's still a bit ow, sore.
Or wear some sandals, maybe.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean that's not a bad idea really.
You might have to remove the socks, though. Yeah.
I do okay.
So anyway, sometimes it's not what you're looking for that indicates what you're looking for, but who else is stopping you looking for the things that you're looking for that you don't know you're looking for, if you know what I mean.
there's wisdom there somewhere.
So,
Resounding yes, but also no.
uh,
Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
well, yes, curiosities, of course. That is, I mean, the clue's in the name, is it not? But beyond that, no, not really. But we had a sort of fracas, as it were, a couple of days ago. We were headed into the city and we found some nice ruins, which we thought, well, this could be interesting. And some right blighters were very rude to us, and they said if we didn't move on, they would. I don't want to repeat the words they said, not in polite company.
Sounds to me what you actually need is more backup. So maybe some kind of mutual arrangement could be brought to so we can both get a good claim. What do you think?
I think that is a splendid idea.
The only thing is, religious things need to go to Set. And
No,
if we find anything curious,
religious
we can
things
have
go to
that,
Bast.
and
Set,
everything else
Set
is
has his own
ours.
priests. Set has his own priests who are looking after Set's interests.
Okay.
We are here on behalf of the Temple of Bast.
Bast.
Set. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so religious things for religious people. That's what I was saying.
That's okay. I mean, this city is legendary. There are so many interesting tales. I mean, it shouldn't really exist, or rather, no one truly believed it existed until, well, that woman. And I don't want to. I mean, I'm a gentleman, and I shouldn't really speak rudely of well, of anybody, male or female. But she is a terrible person.
Raises an eyebrow. Really?
Yes, 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 absolutely terrible. The fact that she found this, well, it can cause all sorts of different things. She's inscrutable. She is ruthless. Just absolutely terrible.
Probably why she gets on with my brother.
Oh, really? Are they an item? I didn't read it in
Oh,
the
no.
Pinch Press.
Oh no. I'm sure that one of the reasons she found this place must have been because of him. Much though I hate to admit it. He's good, just I'm better.
Right. Well, okay. But anyway, yes, we've kind of been sent here by Isambard to keep an eye on her as well. She's done some very, well, naughty things, if you know what I mean. And he kind of gives you a big wink.
Like what? What has she done that's so naughty?
Well, she doesn't really respect local customs, and there was that
She does
time.
not say "Blessed be." That is disgusting.
Yes, blessed be, indeed. Yeah, no, she tribal grounds. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's dig them up. I mean, that was terrible. The wailing was horrible.
Was she wailing?
No, the evil spirits that she, released by digging up the tribal. Everybody knows. Let's face it. It's you don't go digging up tribal grounds. I mean, you know that, don't you?
Oh,
Well, yes.
Yes.
Well, I
Not,
do. I do now.
Yeah.
not without the blessings of a local priest.
Well, I mean, yes, or
To soothe the
permissions,
spirit.
or to move the remains that should be at rest to a more appropriate place, or some kind of show respect. It's all about respect. I mean, she gives people from sort of Europa a very bad reputation.
Terrible, because you seem like very, very nice people.
Well, that is very kind of you. I don't want to blow my I don't want to blow my own trumpet. I don't think I'm capable of that. But that is very kind of you. You, especially you. What is? I'm not even. How rude of me! I've not even asked you your names.
How rude of us not to introduce ourselves.
We are so rude,
Oh.
aren't we? We're all very,
Oh,
very rude.
Blessed be on all of us.
Blessed
all of
be,
us.
yes, blessed be.
I think we just got to talking, so never mind with that. I think everybody can introduce themselves. I'm Zachariel. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Indeed, and he kind of jumps off the stool, and as he hits the ground, you see it's kind of where the sun has kind of shone down on the sand, and even at this time, he just does that kind of hot sand dance of and comes across to you and
Sandals.
shakes your. Yeah. Is that why they call them sandals?
You need to invest exactly. Why
That's
else?
clever. Ow! And he shakes your hand, Zach, and introduces himself again. Cole Buckle.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Buckle.
Call me Cole. All my friends do.
Okay, Cole. Not a problem. I'm gonna pass him to the next person.
Yeah, he kind of looks around.
I'll just shake his head. Ali, nice to meet you, Cole.
And he sort of shakes you as well.
And I'll walk over to Miss Missing, and I'll
Yeah.
just be like, Miss Missing,
Yes.
enchanted.
She
Blessings
smiles
be
at you.
upon you.
She's got that kind of ethereal sort of European look that she hasn't really been out in the sun very much and is most definitely very uncomfortable in this heat. But she gives you a pleasant smile. Miss Missing is suffering. Isambard thought a journey south would, the sun and the like, would do her well. I hate to say it, a couple of days in, she burnt terribly. It was wow, yeah, flakes every. Sorry, Miss Missing, how rude of me. Anyway,
You shouldn't speak like that about women. No.
well, shouldn't speak like about anybody, like that. But anyway,
Jack runs his hand through his hair and starts walking over casually.
she kind of almost sighs as she sees you, and her cheeks blush. Yeah.
Maybe, miss, you actually need some more of the local clothing that might be more suited to this weather,
She
because
takes
that is a little heavy.
she takes out a fan and sort of fans herself down a little bit. Oh, maybe, yes, maybe that is true. Yes, thank you.
Perhaps I can find something for you.
Oh,
Yes. Zach is really happy about buying women's clothing.
no,
Zach just looks at Ali.
splendid.
Yeah.
I'll just wink at him.
Cole sort of does that hop and skip across the hot sand towards you, Drew. And you, sir, are
Hi, Drew.
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 Indeed.
Well, blessed be, Drew.
Your blessed be. Your companion does need some kind of headgear like this. He
She's
points at his own headscarf that
well,
fits his bald pate so well.
we brought her that hat. I mean, at the races, it went down a storm that time, really.
The sun here, unless you're talking about camel races.
No. This
a hat for the
was
sun here would be maybe a little thicker.
right. Well,
Protect from the heat rather than. It looks very fetching.
more than happy to take advice. Local advice is it's sensible, really. And he kind of sort of moves into the shade and comes to greet you, Sakat.
I'll give him a bow rather than offer a hand.
Mhm.
Sekat in the service of Bast.
He kind of offers his hand, awkwardly takes it back, and then mimics your bow. Bless it be. This, I think today has got off to an amazing start. You would like to merge with us, as it were, equals and everything. And I mean, we've been here a couple of weeks now, and we've done some um, quite good research. I think with a little bit of help, I see that you're carrying weapons, which we might need to see off these very rude individuals. There was only Miss Missing and myself.
Head to that place you got chased off from. I mean, you found it first.
Indeed, it does sound very much like you may have struck a load of useful information there.
Well, certainly they did not want us examining it any further. Right.
Why
I
don't we get you some sandals,
that
and then
that
you can show us where it is?
Yes, that would be very good. Let me go and get my gear, and I shall purchase some sandals, and off we go. He kind of disappears into a tent. So does Miss Missing. And moments later, they reappear, basically looking more or less the same.
Have they put more layers on?
Yeah, fundamentally, that's all they've done. And they are ready. And it's a simple action to find some decent footwear for him. And he already begins to say, "This is much better. The soles of my feet do not feel like they are on fire anymore."
And your toes can still breathe.
Yes.
And Drew doesn't wear shoes either, but he sort of shows the base of his feet, how coarse and rough and hard the skin is, and says,
And if
"You
you
won't
don't
need
wear sandals,
shoes eventually."
your feet will look like that.
I mean, I think, if you don't mind me saying, sandals seem to be the better option.
I think for you, maybe yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up some better clothing for Miss Missing
Mhm.
um,
Okay.
and suggest that this might be more comfortable for her and not more layers.
Yeah, she kind of sort of leans into you and says, "If it's not too inappropriate, you can call me Fidelia."
Very well, Fidelia. I just think this might be a little bit more comfortable rather than you wearing all these layers. You
She
might
she
get
was
sunstroke.
she was in the process of actually putting it on over her other clothes.
Right, I'm going to steer her into like one of the tents with some like ladies to help her and just go, please, please dress her.
Okay, and they do, and it's kind of almost a Mr. Ben experience as she's guided in, and moments later, it's amazing. She has kind of a sort of headscarf and kind of a veil that sort of comes down and flowing kind of colours that will reflect the sunlight rather than absorb it. And yes, she almost looks like a completely different person. Um, and
Cooler, isn't it?
that is, I have to say, remarkable. It is amazing the difference the clothing has made. Thank you very much. You
Well,
have an eye for women's clothing, Zach.
I told you.
Um,
it's a skill.
it is indeed. I would say a blessing, blessed be.
Blessed be indeed.
So with the purchases made, and some kind of accord. You're not even insured what accord because they haven't really spoken to any kind of details, but they seem to be quite relaxed about such things. You move off into the ruins at the very last. You travel for maybe an hour or so, and it is relentless. The sun is beating down, You can easily see the way back to Waha, the town, due to this, as I say, this yellow fang of rock that comes out with the Casbah on the top, and all of these kind of black bits of stone that are up the side of it. Eventually, you find yourselves at the location that they were talking about, and we have our very first map. So let us see if we can get this working. Let us chuck you into Combat Tracker. Not that you need Combat Tracker, but you never know. So there is some scrub brush that you kind of see here, and this set of ruins, as they said to you, it's been kind of not excavated, but the sand has been dug out of this. There are a set of sort of steps leading up to here, and there is this kind of ravine that kind of goes down deeper, and this very damaged sort of bridge that is here. But you are most definitely not alone, as there are a number of people sort of scattered around here, keeping what appears to be some kind of a guard on the area. And we can reveal those there. So hopefully you can all see that map. We'll assume that your two companions are behind you at the moment. They currently are not going to engage in any kind of fisticuffs, as Cole might call it, leaving it to you, more capable and weapon-carrying people. As soon as you begin to approach, one of them shouts out, "What are you doing? We have rights to excavate here by the orders of the Temple of Set itself."
That's interesting, because we have rights to dig here on the orders of the Temple of Bast.
And not here. This is our find, our dig. Go and find your own.
I believe, friend, that you actually moved someone else before, and that is laying claim to someone else's claim. So, this is our claim.
You really don't want to do this. Can you not see? We have greater numbers than you. I am too tired in the day for this. Go away. Live your life. It is not worth dying over.
But it's
My life
worth
is a
making
service to a
threats over,
goddess.
no?
Like I say, this is ours. We stake claim to it, and we will defend it in blood if need be.
Just
We
having a
contest
quick
it.
look round, is there actually
That's
any
gonna-
way, other way round?
Well, I mean, there is just these ruins here, and there doesn't seem to be any direct route. You can obviously circumnavigate and move beyond this place. The fracture, the gorge that has been broken with the very ground splitting apart. It only runs maybe about 300-400 feet along. And as you kind of look down it, you can see that there might well be even ruins beneath the ground further down.
I'm going to lean over to Fidelia, who I presume is at least a little bit close by.
Yeah,
Just,
they're with you.
and gently point it out and just go, could we maybe just go round them?
I think
Well,
this is the site, though.
I don't want any trouble, but yes, these things, that building there, as she kind of points to it, is where we were starting to find some very interesting things about the whole of this area.
Hmm. I'm just wondering if there's a different way in.
It just looks like it's guarded, basically.
And you're sure there's useful information in there?
Well, I mean, yes, we believe that we were onto something. Maybe what further down is beneath the ground down there. I mean, maybe they're right. I don't want any of you to get hurt. Maybe this was all a bad idea and we should perhaps retreat. There
We're
might well
gonna.
be other ways.
That's one option. Or, and I'll just turn to them and I'll be like, how about you guys move on now before I show you the power of Ify?
Well, why don't you just EV off?
Okay, and then I will point at the guy that shouted that, which I guess is the
It's this
bandit number
yeah,
3.
bandit number 3, yeah.
And I will bonus action. I curse you with Ify. And I think he'll have disadvantage on strength checks
Okay.
as I cast Hex on him.
Okay, have you got this set up in your character sheet?
Yes.
Curse of E3, yeah. So if you go to the top of the virtual tabletop with the little cross swords, you can open the combat tracker and you can see
Yep.
that they're all in combat tracker.
It's number 3, isn't it? The one
Yeah,
up front.
yeah, number 3. So you can target him and then you can put that on and then it should do it basically. Boom, 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 boom. Curse of E3. Very nice. I don't know whether you actually have to apply it to yourself, and then you'll do it. So with that, and as you cool down this curse of E3, let us. Well, I'll let you complete your turn, Ali.
Okay.
So you've done a bonus action. You can move, and you can obviously take an action, and then we'll go to initiatives.
Okay, so my action will be cosmic blasting him.
Cosmic blasting. Okay. You are well. This is low green scrub. I believe that is still a miss though, as and kind of blast past. This is where we get to roll initiatives. You can see over this green area. It's not like big trees. It's cacti and scrub. So yeah, everybody roll your initiatives. Let's see within the next 10 minutes we can resolve this. So you find your initiatives on your center main page, and you just need to double click on it. Ali and Zach. There we go. That's nice, and that's nice as well. Beautiful stuff. We are done, and we first round of combat. We click on this, and Ali, you are going first with a 20 on initiative.
Okay, I will. Walk up to
Oh,
about
sorry.
here.
It's every time in Fantasy Grounds they lock it. You should be able to move now.
Okay,
There we go.
so I'll walk up to here, and I'll attempt another cosmic blast.
Okay.
I'll be like, cosmic blast.
That is much better as you slam him right in the chest with this
And I will
cosmic blast.
I'll empower this with the power of a genie as well, so it'll be +2 fire.
Okay.
Uh,
Showing
so
what?
the damage of my cosmic blast.
Wow. With your
And that-
hex thing there, it's 10 heavy
There's-
damage to it.
And 2 fire on top of that, so
Oh,
12 in total.
12 is enough as the fire finishes him off. As whoosh.
And I'll be like, the power of if he curse you! And I move my curse to the next guy.
Okay.
I'm literally just going to stare at Ali like, the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I'm going to stare at Ali like that. I'm going to stare at Zach like that and go, he's your friend.
Wow.
Yeah, well, that's new.
I
That's
have
new.
magic now, Zach. I have magic.
And we move to Sekat.
That has changed what I was planning to do significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to move up and I'm going to hold an action to attack one of these bandits comes over and wants to play.
Okay, so move where you need to move, and then you will ready an attack. Okay, perfect. And then we move down to Acolyte 3. Acolyte 3 is down here, and Acolyte 3 is going to do some shenanigans. It's going to target Bandit 1, Bandit 2, and Acolyte 3, and it is going to call upon the Venom of Set to give them strength beyond strength as they all become blessed. And then we're going to move to Zach.
Done. Broken it.
That's okay.
I need to do a move. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move up to hit anything. So let's
Okay.
do a move.
Do you not have a ranged weapon? You have a short bow?
Yeah, I'll still move up to
So
to be closer.
each square is 5 feet, so you can move up to 6 squares, I believe. Let's have a look at your, so up to 6 squares.
So diagonally, hang on.
Boom, 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 boom.
How do I move?
You just move your thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 30. You happy with that there?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you've moved back now. You've got another 2 squares forward if you want.
There?
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. Sorry, guys. This is actually my first time using this. So
No, that's we're all learning. That's absolutely fine.
Fun times. Where's my stabbing things?
So you go to your actions page. You're going to want to shoot your bow.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's teeny tiny on mine.
So you're going to have to target something first. Which one do you want to target, and I'll target them for you.
Cool. Well, Bandit 1 looks nearest, so
Bandit 1 does indeed look nearest. Let me target it for you. So Bandit 1 is now targeted. So if you want to shoot your short bow at him, just go to your actions, double click on the +4. Pew, pew, pew. That is just a miss. Unfortunate. And then we move across to Drew.
Okay, so these walls in this ruin,
Yeah.
are they shootable over? Can I get some cover from being behind one of them? Or?
The ruins here in the southern part, you can't shoot it over. You can shoot over the green. You can potentially sort of use it as a degree of cover, but you can certainly shoot over it if need be. It's kind of low cacti. You don't really want to be going wading into the middle of it.
Okay, maybe that wasn't the best choice of direction. Then we'll just starting from here. Can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I've had to deviate around the cactus, haven't I?
Yeah, I mean, depends where you want to go at the moment.
I want to get a shot on any of these creatures. So
yeah, so I mean, you're kind of there. You can easily
go
go
this
to
way
there.
then.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Who do you want to target?
I'm going to target Acolyte 3, who I saw casting.
Sounds good to me. You are targeting Acolyte 3. Go for it.
Feels like the ire of my crossbow must point in that direction.
Yeah, as we can tell, you are 75 feet away, so that is not a problem with your crossbow.
It is a hand crossbow.
That is a problem with your hand crossbow. Your hand
Just means I
crossbow.
have to press the disadvantage button, yeah?
Let's have a look, because if you click on the little shield,
1320.
120, yes, so it is disadvantage at this range.
It is. So I'm looking for the click into attack bit. Press the tennis racket.
Yeah, well, no, for crossbows, for weapons, you just need to double click on
Just hit
the
the dice, yeah.
+3. Yeah, disadvantage, no, unfortunately. At that range with your hand crossbow, it just pews away. And then we move to bandit number 1, which is this one here, and he's going to charge forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15 to there. He double moves though, so can't really do anything else with that. And then we move to this one here. Sacred Flame is 60 feet away. So he's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 45, 45, 45, and 70. 60 feet. So it's going to target, seeing you, Sakat, seeing that you are from the Temple of Bast, the call down the sacred flame upon you, making you make a dexterity save of 12. You succeed and take no damage. Then this one here is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to do the same thing. They seem to really not like you for some reason.
It's mutual.
You succeed again, though. The power of Set means nothing to you. And then this bandit is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, 55, 60. And as he kind of runs there. And we go to our next round. Ali, it is your go.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll be like, seeing them trying to burn Sakat, I'll be like, it seems as though you're having a god off. Let me help you with Ifi, and I curse you with the power of Ifi. And I move my curse to this guy because I
Cool.
don't think it moved last time.
No, you kind of need to reapply it to yourself, basically, and then
Is that the way it works?
Yeah.
But does because it's an hour, does it mean I've just got it on for an hour?
Yeah,
Or
but you
do
have
I
to
target
keep.
somebody and then do it again?
Yeah, you just kind of, when you do your damage, if you apply it to yourself, it'll do the extra damage. If you forget, we can always roll an extra d6.
So if I do that, and then
Yeah.
I will cosmic blast that acolyte.
Yeah, that's okay. So give us a roll to hit. You still hit with a 13. Very nice.
And I will also add that 2 fire damage
Okay.
to this as well.
You don't even need to, as you blast him, and it seems that Efi does very much a job.
I'll be like, you have false gods.
Yeah, you Sakat, you see all of this heresy behind you. What would you like to do, Sakat?
I am going to try something brave.
Something brave.
Yes, I'm
Concerning.
going to step up behind Zach.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and barge this guy off that nice big drop right behind him.
Wow, you are. I mean, he is definitely. You can see that he has the brands of Set upon him, the strange writings that give him blessings. So this is going to be. You don't need to target him. It's going to be a strength athletics to shove him. And he is going to choose. This is bandit number 1. He is going to choose to use dexterity to try and dodge it. So yeah, so you give me a strength athletics roll. Okay, a 14. Let us see what he can do with his dex. Yeah, you kind of try to shove him. He kind of moves out of the way a little bit. A brave move which would have got rid of him, but absolutely no. I think that's all you can do unless you've got a bonus action.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, so move to Acolyte 3, who's going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's not going to target these now, but he is going to, seeing you do that, Set, take this, Bastite, as he is going to use Sacred Flame upon you. Oh, and you fail this time, taking 1d8 of radiant damage, but it is a single point of damage.
A mild annoyance.
Yes.
There we go.
Zach, it is your go.
Eh?
Yeah.
No. Excitement.
What would you like
Well,
to do?
it'd be rude not to. That guy in front of me.
Yep.
I'm going to do stabbing too.
Okay, so let us just double check. Bandit 1, that's fine. So yeah, you look at your character sheet. You're going to use your rapier this time.
Oh, yes.
So just double click on the +4. Oh, that was so close, but
These dice hate me.
it is a 2 as he kind of moves out of the way. Sakat trying to push him, you trying to stab him. He dodges. And then we move to Drew.
Everyone keeps missing this guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, well. That was the other guy's still a bit far away from me. I think I'll try and hit bandit number 1 with a
Okay. You've
hand
all
crossbow shot.
very good. So swap your target.
Thought I had, obviously haven't done.
Currently looking at the Acolyte at the moment.
Bandit 1, is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the guy.
let's get rid of the Acolyte. Okay, so you're on Bandit 1. Give us a ping.
Whose size?
You've all noticed that Sakat is definitely the target of all of these people. You too miss though. Wow. Bandit number 1 is living the dream. He thinks he is empowered with the power of Set himself. And he says, the cat will die. The dark power of Set will rise once we have uncovered the Crimson Pharaoh's tomb. And he will attack you. Oh, the bless works, but he misses you. Acolyte 1 is going to do the same. Sacred Flame. You do
Ouch.
fail, and it is overwhelming as you get hit heavily for 8 points of damage. And then we move to Bandit number 2. Bandit number 2 moves in, but can't attack Saket. So you side with heretics. The heretics will die too. As it misses Zach, and then we move to the top. Ali.
Are you talking to me? Because you know what, Sakat, why do these people not like you? Bloody religion. This is why it causes problems.
No, it's just set.
All right, well, I'll take that.
So Ali, what would you like
I
this?
will. So it was the acolyte number 1 that just hurt.
I
He
think
keeps
so.
repeating me.
Was it?
I
Well,
think so.
Yes.
It was it? Okay. Then I will. Let's switch, and I'll be like, and I will now curse you with the power of Iffy.
Okay.
I will cosmic blast him.
Okay. You hit him.
Again, I will burn him for 2 damage as well as
Yeah.
this.
It seems that but he survived. Well, actually, because that is 6 damage plus 2, and this is Acolyte 1. He's still going to survive that though, just
Oh,
about.
dear.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I could do.
Yeah, that's okay. This is what it's about. And then we move to Sakat.
Well, this is getting awkward.
This is nail biting. It looks like you might succumb to the Temple of Set.
Well, we still have a few tricks up our divine sleeves.
Mhm.
How am I targeting myself?
You're not targeting yourself at the moment. You're not targeting anybody.
How can I target myself?
I can make that happen,
Okay.
but you just target yourself. So you're targeting yourself now.
And we are going to lay on hands.
So you
I
go
don't
to
think
your
I have
actions.
that.
We haven't got lay on hands done.
I haven't built that as a spell.
Okay, that's fine.
Um,
Don't worry, you
so
haven't set it up. How much?
It will
Do you
5
want?
points for healing.
5 points of healing. We can do that. Putting you onto 4 damage. There we go. That is your
That's
action.
unfortunately an action.
Yeah.
But I will call back at them. Set might love the desert, but he doesn't love you. You're going to die here, and no one will know your names.
Acolyte.
She's going to look over at the cat like, what? I don't know any of you people.
He is going to move here, getting here, and says, set will, and then he jumps off and crashes to the ground, disappearing below. You hear the shattered bones as he disappears. He has sacrificed. You see these 2 bandits smile. Their eyes begin to glow with darkness as it seems that he has sacrificed himself for Set. Zach.
Sigh.
Yeah, you've just seen someone just jump off that bridge and throw themselves to the bottom.
I will never understand
That means you have
religion.
to kill them quickly.
I am going to stab this guy in front of me.
Go for it.
Hooray. Come on.
You hit.
Yes. Hooray. Damage.
1
What?
point of damage.
Right.
Do you have? You're a rogue, aren't you? You have sneak attack
Yep.
at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got an ally next to you. So roll a d6 as well.
I'm
Cool.
helping.
Go.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
So that's going to do additional.
Best ally helping.
Very nice. And then we move to Drew.
He's still here. Oh, shoot him again.
Give us a shot.
Bandit number 1. And
You miss. Bandit number 1 is going to swing.
he starts looking at his trusty hand crossbow as if
miss.
it's just an alien thing.
Acolyte 1 is going to cause you to.
The bolt's going the other way round.
Yeah. And you succeed. And then we come to bandit number 2 that's going to attack you, Zach. Could be rude. Does some very good damage, heavily damaging you. Then we move to the top, Ali.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and blast the acolyte again before
Okay.
he kills himself.
Ow.
Yep. It's looking like it. You do hit. They are not well protected. And this is going to smite. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
That is an
Oh,
instant
add
death.
It didn't add the 6. The
It's
thingy.
because you didn't apply it,
Well,
but the
Oh,
extra 10
I have to
damage.
do it each go.
Yeah, the 10 damage is enough, as that is pure. You couldn't have killed him any more than instant death status.
Basically,
Literally just a smear across the sand.
Yeah.
explodes, and I'll be like, "You are next." Then I will move if he's cursed, to bandit number 2.
Perfect. Sakat, you see that their eyes now have almost filled up as if oil has sort of covered them. They don't have pupils anymore, as their entire eyes have covered with darkness.
I'm gonna swing at bandit number 1.
Go for it. Oops, 12. You haven't targeted. I don't know. They have an armor class of 12, so that does actually hit. So target him and do your damage.
Ooh.
Do you want me to do it for you? It's a bit fiddly. Okay,
Should there be something
that's
on the
okay.
radio menu for it?
No, you just it's control and left click. But you're targeting him now. I've done that for you. Just do your damage, and that is enough as you take him down. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to move in and confront the next guy, or the last guy.
Yep.
And hope he goes down.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
And then we move to Zach.
Damn it! Ruin my coat.
Let us do this. So you are. Oops. Need to be targeting him. But that is easily a hit. And give me some damage. And it is heavy damage. You do sneak attack him as well. So roll a d6 as well. 2 is almost enough. Putting it up to 10, he is badly wounded. And we move to Drew. See if Drew can actually finish him off.
Just staring at this crossbow in disbelief. Points it. Shoots.
You hit. And that is easily enough to finish him off as well. So
thank
after,
goodness, I thought it was broken.
yeah, after a few frantic moments, you easily, only taking a few sort of wounds yourself, although Sakat drew their attentions, you have defeated these Setites for the moment anyway, and cleared this dig site. And that is where we will leave the story for now. You have made some new friends, made some enemies, and cleared this site so that you may explore it a little bit better.
The only crossbow bolt I'll be able to get is the one that was actually in that corpse, isn't it? Because the others just went flying around the canyon.
Basically, yeah. So with that, I want to say a big thank you to you, our players. That was amazing. I love the characters, and I'm very much interested to see how all this plays out. Our next episode will be in a fortnight's time. I want to say thank you to all of you watching. Just going to say to Jerry, yeah, the spam bots pick up anything, so if you do capitals, it does delete your messages. It is harsh, but it does the job, so that is what it is all about. It doesn't like caps at all, so don't put caps and everything else. But thank you very much for viewing. Thank you for joining us. We've had some great viewers, some great chat tonight. As I say, thank you very much, players. Thank you very much for all the follows. We're up to 298 follows now, which is amazing. Only 2 off 300. Thank you very much to everybody that's subscribed. Please, if you can afford it, subscribe. It really helps us move things forward. Tomorrow and Monday, we're having a couple of days off. But on Tuesday, I believe we revisit Untold Chronicles again. And I think, if I am right, it is Scraplands. And now that is going to be very interesting. So, without further ado, have an amazing Sunday and Monday. I will be around on chat if you want to talk to me. Stay safe, take care, look after yourselves and look after each other. Take care.